Everybody, I appreciate it. Hey Brian, what is does this show have a rating? Is there a rating on the show? Is it whatever? It's overrated. Fair enough. The reason I did a PG-18 show last night, and I have no clue what the hell that means. So I had to clarify with the person who ran it. And they're like, okay, you say whatever you want. You just can't say the F word. And I'm like, all right, I gotta clarify what that is too, right, everybody? Because there's a lot of F words floating around right now that we can't say. Like, probably the big one, the big F word is the word that's another word for like sex, right? Like fuck, right? Which is weird to me that anyone gets offended by that word, because everybody wants to leave this show and do the F word when they get home, right? Everybody wants to do that. Who's offended by that word, right? That's stupid. The other F word is a homophobic slur, right? You gotta be very careful with that nowadays too, right? So that's the other. Personally, I could care less about either of those two F words. They don't mean anything to me, whatever, say all you want, nothing to do with me. There is an F word that bothers me a whole lot more. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Flaccid. That's the word that I never want to fucking hear. Never say that word to me ever. Hard as a rock! You guys know what I'm talking about. Cutting wood up here, that's what I'm doing, right? Cutting wood. Yeah! Who's with me? Who's down? Alright, cool. Yeah! Sunday, free show, bowling alley. Let's go. Get your splits. Cancer is not the C word. How about that, right? I've never been slapped by a woman for calling her cancer. That's never happened, right? And no is not the N word, right? No is not the N word. I've never run down a Harlem street yelling no and been assaulted by a lot of large black guys. That's never fucking happened, everybody. So. Well, this got weird. All right, fair enough. It's nice to know when people get uptight about shit. I'm breaking a lot of rules up here. A lot of comedy rules are being broken up here. I'm wearing shorts. How about that shit? Check out my gams. Ladies, check them out. I had to wear shorts today. I'm almost 50 years old. It was 100 degrees out. Hot as balls, everybody. I gotta wear shorts because I gotta fucking move things around. You know what I'm talking about? Old guys know what I'm talking about. That guy knows what I'm talking about. Come on. Gotta swing the balls around, man. Gotta be comfortable here on stage. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Woo! This has got weird. This got weird. I didn't realize it was going to be like that. Brian, how are you? What's going on? Is it broken? Did I break it? Did I yell too loud? Thank you for being here. That's Brian B, everybody. He's in charge of this shit. That was called pandering. That was pandering. Look at, all right. That's good. I'm wearing a hat. I'm breaking rules wearing a hat. I gotta wear it. Look at this fucking hair, everybody. This is out of control hair. I haven't had a haircut in 7 months, everybody. This is out of control. Because someone bet me $1 that I would cut my hair in a year. I'm retarded, everybody. I'm retarded. I'll do anything for $1. Stupid. I guess that's the R word. We figured that out. Don't say that word. But I am retarded, so I'm cool with saying it, right? Like I can say the R word, right? That's legal. If you are that thing, you can say that word. Like that's the rules, which that's an R word too, I guess too. So all right, let's tell some jokes, everybody. Jokes. 48 years old, never been married, no kids. Yeah! I won, everybody. I won. I'm a goddamn winner. I can lose this contest. I don't really care. I'm old. I have no kids. I'm married. Look at that. Balls are swinging free. Balls are swinging free, man. It's awesome. People ask me, though, you don't like kids? I'm like, no, I'm fine with kids. But you know what I like more than kids? Walking the fuck away from them, whatever the hell I want. That's pretty awesome, right? The kids being a little shit. I'm going over here. I don't really care about you, kid. Get the fuck out of my life. It's cool. It's weird. It's weird. I'm glad I don't have kids, man. When you got kids, you got to do weird stuff, right? Like go to daddy-daughter dances. What the hell is that about, everybody? That sounds like pedophile central. I'm never going to that shit. Fucking buy Girl Scout cookies. I never have to buy Girl Scout cookies. That's awesome. But I do. I do buy Girl Scout cookies because Thin Mints for the win! Love that shit. Getting fat as fuck. How are you? How old are you? I need to know. Are you like 12? you should not be here. This is ridiculous. You have braces. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk to him. I cannot talk to him. Who called CPS on my ass? Okay, let's get back to it. Am I telling you new words tonight? Are you learning things? I didn't mean to pop your cherry. No, that's not good. That's something you'll learn about too in a couple of years, popping cherries. Unless that's not your thing. Unless you're an F word that I don't know about. And that's cool. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I don't know in this day and age. You gotta ask. I'm being polite. Political correctness, PC. Doesn't stand for personal computer anymore. All right. Where was it? What was I talking about? What's that? Gender fluid? Oh God, I don't even know what that means. I'm so fucking old. I just don't care anymore. I just want to be like, are you and I fucking? We're not fucking, then I don't care. Be whatever the hell you want. That's what it should be, right? Can I put my wiener inside of you? No, then I don't really care. We're all good. We're all good, right? That's crazy, right? Well, sex in your 40s is what? How old are you, man? Can I ask that?
Yeah.
I'm of the age where I don't give a shit. I'll say whatever I want to people. So how old are you?
45.
So I'm a little older than you. Dating in your 40s is weird as shit, isn't it? It's awful. Are you married though?
Well,
or are you dating?
I don't tell my husband about the date.
Oh. Sugar that lady said, sugar that lady said, I don't know what you're into. Gender fluid, I don't know, whatever. It's weird. It's weird though when you're dating, right? Because you're trying to figure stuff out. It's like you go out, you get some dates, you have some food, you figure out, like, and everyone's broken too. Like everyone's divorced, has kids, have been to prison 6 times. I don't know what the hell's going on. We're all broken, damaged people. But then when you get down to that sex stuff, it's weird. It's a little different than in your 20s. Because you got to have a conversation first, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? You got to be like, all right, what medication are you on? Because I got to figure this shit out. Maybe we're on different stuff we can mix and match. It'd be pretty sweet, right? And I always got to let them know too, like, hey, when I take these pants off, I got that compression sock on. I got a compression sock on. So after blood clots, it's awful shit. Gotta wear it. I just gotta warn you. And then one time she took her shirt off. She had a patch on the back. I said, "What is that? Birth control?" So, oh no, that's icy hot. That's pretty sweet. I got all this stuff. I had that. Got the balls straight. You know, yeah. That was an unfortunate visual. I apologize. This show's going on way too fucking long. Boy, I've had weird jobs too. I love comedy. Comedy's my favorite, but no one's ever you're not a comic right off the bat. I had a job. I worked in a hospital for a while. I was pushing people around in a stretcher. That's what I did. I got them from one place to the next. It was a cool job. Got to meet all sorts of people. I loved it. My favorite though were the old people. God, I loved old people because they just didn't care anymore. They didn't care. They'll tell you whatever the hell they want. One time I met a 94-year-old woman. It's great. And I want to know how people get to live that old. Because I'm not even quite 50. I don't think I'll ever get to 94. So I want to know their secrets, right? So I asked this 94-year-old lady, it's like, how did you get to live to be so old? And she's lying in the stretcher. She turns around, looks me square in the eyes and goes, how the fuck would I know? And then she peed on the stretcher. Everybody, she peed on the stretcher. You know what that is? That's hate. Hate got her to 94 years old. She was looking me square in the eyes, peeing on the stretcher. I can't pee when I'm in the bathroom with someone else, man. That's hate, everybody. That's hate. And I met a 94-year-old dude. I'm an equal opportunity guy. I met a 94-year-old guy. Got to ask him the same question, like, sir, how did you get to live to be 94 years old? And he goes, pussy and ketchup. And then he died. And then he died. And it was like, wait, you can't die. I got too many questions here. Like, are those two separate things? Or am I putting the ketchup on the pussy? I need to know. So I'm like pushing on his chest. I'm like, you can't die. You can't die. He died. And now pussy ketchup is my rosebud, everybody. All right. All right. When you're a comic, you got to tell new jokes all the time. So I've been working on some new jokes, and I can tell you, I can work on one new joke with you guys right here. So do you guys care if I tell you one new joke and then I'm done? All right, here we go. I drive a small car to compensate for my large penis. Okay, everybody, that was my time. I'm Stu McAllister. Give it back to Brian B. You guys are wearing shorts and a hat. I clearly give it up all right. All right.
day, I was the third comedian. There were 2 other comics, and there's these kids that kept walking into the show, like 7-year-old, like young kids. And like all the comics kept getting nervous about it, because the kids would walk in, and everybody in the room would notice there's kids in the room, but the comics would all be like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna say now. There's a kid in here, better not swear. All right, anyway, yeah, that's what they would do, right? But like, I don't give a shit about kids' feelings and shit. So like, I'm on stage, and this kid walks in again, and I look at him, I'm like, hey man, are you okay with the fuck word? And the kid was like, no. Great, I'm gonna fucking use it the whole time you're fucking saying it, you little fucking piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here! Is your fucking mom here? She was. She yelled at me after the show. She's not happy about it. She's like, how can you swear at a kid like that? How the fuck you bringing a kid in here? It's 11 o'clock at night, we're in a shitty ass bar in the middle of the night. That's why they brought the kid. Ain't nowhere else to go, man. Summertime's weird in Grand Rapids, I found out. I live on the west side of Grand Rapids, which before all of the beautification was like really black. Now it's not, I guess. And I found out quickly that there's a vast difference between white hood and black hood. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, 8 Mile and John R, shitty ass neighborhood. It was bad, but it was black hood, man. Black hood is different than white hood. Black hood is the kind of neighborhood you go into and you're scared of all the adult black males around, right? White hood is the kind of hood you go into and you're scared of the children. That's the difference. Fucking white hood kids scared the shit out of me, man. I don't know what their hillbilly ass dads got packed in the house that they broke into earlier today. What the fuck's going on? I was walking back to my house the other day from the liquor store, right? And as I'm walking back, I get like 2 houses from my house, and there's a front yard, like a shitty house with a shitty front yard. And like, it's got like, you know, abandoned play sets and like 2 kiddie pools that are filled with algae and shit. And so I'm like, I'm just walking past this house. And I tried to walk fast, but something caught my attention. It was actually a child bathing in one of the kiddie pools. And I say bathing because he stood up as I walked past and he was butt naked, you guys. And the kid wasn't young enough to be acceptably butt naked. Like, there's a cutoff for that, you know? This kid was like 9. I was like, fuck. I was trying to look away, but I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? No! What the fuck? I said what the fuck that many times. I was calm down. Then the kid stands there and stares at me as I'm standing there staring at him, and then he just says to me, welcome to my house! What the fuck? What the fuck? It's a fucking trip, man. Summertime's weird, man. I did a show up in Northern Michigan last weekend. A friend of mine says to me, hey man, we gotta go on the boat while you're up here. Another difference between black people and white people. Black people, it gets hot outside, what do? We go hang out on the porch. White people, it gets hot outside, what do? You go on boats and shit. I don't like boats. Not because I'm scared of water, but because I can't swim, that makes me scared of water. Don't get it twisted. It's not an irrational fear. I just can't swim, man. And it's taken me a long time to come to grips with that. It's a hard thing to admit as a 32-year-old grown-ass man that you can't swim. It's embarrassing, man. But I tell people that just so I don't have to go on boats anymore, because that's the only thing they take seriously. If I tell them I have a fear of water, they're like, oh, get over it, dude, it's just water. And I'm like, oh, I can't swim. They're like, oh, that makes sense, yeah. I start using these stereotypes. Use those stereotypes. Like you. If somebody says to you, you look like you're good at math, you're like, yeah, sure. Use those stereotypes, man. You know what stereotypes are, right? Yeah. What would you say a stereotype is about her? Congratulations, you just passed your first life lesson. Good job.
She is.
You're good at math?
Math,
Well, I've got a giant penis. What can we do? We'll work with what you're giving me. Stu said he's almost 50, so he wears shorts so he can move around. I'm very young. My pants are quite tight, you guys. I don't need the extra ball ring, you guys. You doing all right, sir? You said no? I was like, oh no, I'm having a great time. I have a 7-year-old daughter. She's cool most of the time. You ever have a conversation with a kid and then slowly start to realize, oh, they're gonna grow up and be a serial killer? Anybody ever had that conversation? Yeah. It's a real, you know when it's gonna happen. Like you talk to somebody, oh, they're gonna fucking murder some people. My daughter was talking to me one day. I was talking to her, I was like, what are you doing in school? She said, we're learning about shapes. I'm like, oh, that's cool. How you guys learning about it? She said, well, they split us off into groups of 3. I was like, yeah? I was like, who's in your group? She says, Chandler and Hunter. I said, that's cool. She says, you know what I want to do with Chandler and Hunter? I said, I don't know what. She said, I want to rob a bank with them. And I want to steal a car and drive it into the school. And then I want to bathe in chocolate. I'm like, one of those 3 things sounds fantastic. And I am allergic to chocolate. She said to me one day, she said, Dad, what's an apex predator? I said, well, an apex predator is an animal at the top of the food chain. It hunts anything it wants, doesn't fear anybody else, because nobody hunts it. She says, I want to be that when I grow up. What the fuck? It's a weird choice, you guys. I was at a wedding recently, standing there before the ceremony, and I'm at this pond area that's like, it's a very nice country club wedding. I'm standing in this pond by myself, just hanging out, looking at a pond. There's frogs in it. I'm like, this is nice, it's very tranquil. And this little girl walks up to me. She's like got her flower dress on, a little flower crown on her head. She looks adorable. So I'm standing there, and I said, hey, you see the frogs there? See the frogs jumping on the lily pads? She says, I said, that's nice, isn't it? She said, Do you ever just want to throw rocks at frogs' heads and see what happens? No. No. And I said, do you ever feel remorse when you do things like that? And she says, I don't know what that word means. I'm Mike Logan, everybody. Thank you very much. Yeah.
But I am a veteran of the United States Army. Thank you very much. You don't have to applause. I just always, whenever I talk about the Army, it reminds me to drink. Ahua. Yeah, if somebody yells an audible, non-English word, they were also in the military, so I appreciate that. My favorite part about the Army, though, had been airborne training. Does anybody know what airborne training is? All right, I see a big hand up in the back. So airborne training is when you actually jump out of airplanes. And so it started back in World War II when they did the D-Day invasion of Normandy. And so a typical airborne soldier looks like an exclamation point, right? They have nice broad shoulders, thin waist, and then the 2 feet at the bottom make the point on the exclamation point. I am not your prototypical airborne soldier. I am more like a parentheses, period, parentheses. Like a damn meteor coming out of the sky. No, it was funny because they'd always have me go last, and I was wondering why. It's because the other ones are supposed to catch you. You ever try to catch a meteor? Yeah, they didn't want to either. I used to be 6'2", I'm now 5'7". Thanks, United States Army. No, but the real reason they do that is, they go out, and I'm pretty sure that Sergeant Airborne's were betting to see if I could beat everybody else out of the airplane. Which I did. So I'm very proud of that fact. And then they give you these backhanded compliments like, damn, Steves, you really missed your calling in World War II. No crowd could shoot you out of the sky. Thanks, Sergeant Airborne. My other favorite part about being in the military was basic training. So I really enjoyed basic training. But Sundays are kind of a somber time in basic training. So you have your religious folks and then the non-religious folks. So the non-religious folks would have to sit around and clean up and clean the barracks to make sure they're inspection ready. So I found God real quickly. It was a good choice. But I didn't know which one to go with because I had an upbringing, which we'll get into in a little bit. And so one of the guys I got along with the best, he was Mormon. And I was like, oh, Mormons always seem nice. You know, they're a pretty good group. But they don't really tell you all the things that the Mormons don't believe in until you get there. So he's like, yeah, come with me, it'll be great. I was like, all right, cool. So as soon as you get there, they're like, hey, no drinking and no sex. And I was like, haha, no David Steves. Living in the barracks doesn't seem so bad at this point. But with religion, it's kind of tough. So I know we talked about it a little bit tonight, but my mom was a Jehovah's Witness and my dad was a Roman Catholic. And they, so Christmas was real interesting. I only got about half the presents I deserved, but I turned out okay. But everybody always tells me, because my parents have been married 44 years, and I think that's something that we should be celebrating. Thank you. Don't clap too hard, I'm divorced, so I didn't follow their lead. But everybody always asks, and they're like, how does a Jehovah's Witness marry a Roman Catholic? And so I'd always have to ask my mom that. I was like, Mom, how did this happen? Pregnancy? My mom has a tremendous sense of humor. No, she's absolutely wonderful. And she's actually the reason I got into comedy. And so my mom says I'm very funny. She thinks I'm very funny, but she also thinks I'm handsome. That's what's left at heart of it. So unfortunately, my mom's a liar. Like, she lied about the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus. So I don't lie to my kids. I'm like, listen, Daddy's the only fat bearded man that's getting you presents. Yeah, not Mommy's new boyfriend. I'm kidding, he's single. All right? He's not single, he's skinny. So after being divorced, it's hard being divorced. You go through a lull period. So my ex-wife and I went through a pretty bad lull period. And if you start to have second thoughts, like, oh, did I make the right decision? Did I do the right thing? And so then after we got divorced, we planned a family vacation together. So that put all that to the side. I was like, yes, I did the right thing. Divorce was absolutely right for us. And it's not for everybody, but when I was going through there, my ex-wife and I had 2 years that we lived in the same house and we didn't have sex, not even out of boredom. So that's how committed we were to the divorce. That's a long time. I've done 2 foreign deployments and have gotten more action in a 2-year time frame than that. So when I had sex for the first time after divorce, I thought like there's a golf commentator in my head telling this story. And it went a little something like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Augusta National. We have 2 wily competitors out in the field today. One is coming back from a 2-year layoff, and the other one has a firm advantage. This is her home course. First on the tee box on the par 3 is David Steves. He's going to go ahead and lead off with driver. That club may be a little bit big for this hole. He's going to go ahead and try it anyway. Ooh, shanked it off to the left. Let's see how his short game is. He's doing all right around the green. He may be able to salvage par on this. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He finally got onto the green. He's ready to approach the hole. He leans in. He takes a nice smooth step back. It's going, and ladies and gentlemen, it is in the hole.
It's in the hole! Thank you for applauding my sex life. It's reassuring, it's helpful, because I'm single, not by choice. But I did so well, actually, that night she invited me back to play the back 9. You had to do that joke, right? You can't go away from that. So, I like to see a lot of diverse people in the crowd tonight. That's good, because I'm not racist. No, but I'm firmly not racist. So I actually took a microaggressions class, and the microaggressions class allows you to really reflect back and think about who you are as a person. And the person that put it on was over at Western Michigan University, brilliant PhD, and she zeroed in on the one white dude in the crowd. And I found out when given the chance, I will turn my back on my race in a second. She looked at me and she was like, what if I told you I hate old white dudes? I was like, I hate them too. We're horrible. unfortunately, that gene didn't get passed down to my two daughters. Yeah, so we took that family trip out to Disneyland, and it's wonderful. You take that trip, and you're there, and it's just family fun. But we went to go see Star Wars, and I love Star Wars, and my kids really gravitated towards Star Wars. And they don't understand what they're doing, right? And so when Darth Vader and Kylo Ren are coming around, now my youngest one is named Emmy. She's like, at this point, she's probably like 30 pounds, you know, really tiny, cute little kid. Both kids are cute. They take after their mother. Thank you for the pity laugh. And so when Kylo Ren and Darth Vader are coming around, my young daughter just yells out and blurts out, and she's like, "I don't like those black guys!" Yeah, so at that point, you have two choices, right? And then I found myself saying what all mildly racist white people say, like, "I voted for Obama." And, it's okay, I like the Black Panther movie. I have lots of black friends. So I was hoping that wasn't going to be racist. But any fathers in the house tonight? Any dads? Wow, I got a boo on that one. Okay. So it was Father's Day recently. And so this is a true story that happened recently on Father's Day. I wanted to share. I wanted to use it as my close. First time I've ever used it. And so I make up a divorced dads club. And so my buddy Bart, who's actually going to be performing on July 15th here, and my buddy Josh, we all come together. And so they were like, hey, we're going to do Divorced Dads Club at his house. We're going to do steaks and hot dogs. We're going to bring the kids. We're going to use the community pool. It's going to be great. And so we all go over there. And my buddy Bart's super smart, because guess who else is not doing a lot on Father's Day? Single moms. Yeah, so he invited over two single moms. They were 25 years old, wearing bikinis at about $1.25 each. I'm not saying that to be mean. They were literally that tiny. And so I could just see the look from the other mothers with the other families there at the pool, and they looked disgusted with us. They were like, I cannot believe these 40-something-year-old dads are hanging out with those girls. Things got real interesting when one of them wanted to play Chicken Wars. Yeah, I got picked first. I'm 5'7", 4 feet tall, nothing submarining this thing. Yeah, she's like, I picked him. And I could hear one of the moms from the other way. She was like, oh my God, Gregory, I can't believe he's gonna put her up on his shoulders. He's like, shut up, Karen, it's Father's Day. I wanna see where this goes. Got $20 on the chubby guy. Cheer me on like I'm on his fantasy football team, it's great. And I was like, hey, I'm equal opportunity. I've had Karen jump on my shoulders, but I don't want to throw out my back. A little funny. All right, my name is David Steves, everybody. Thank you so much tonight.